So we have some cards, of course, left over for the second part of the reading here. The overall energy, Aquarius, is the Three of Swords. This is like a lot of tears, a lot of heartbreak. You've really been going through it. Let's see what comes of this. Up here in your highest energy is the Empress. This is the card for Libra or Taurus. So Libra or Taurus might be strong in your chart or someone else's around this reading. The Empress, though, being in your highest energy, male or female, all cards are male or female. This is your energy. You, as a human being on Earth, have some beautiful qualities about you. You're loving, you're kind, you're thoughtful, you're respectful, you're generous, you're considerate. Oh, there are so many values that you have as just being a person on Earth. And the universe is here reminding you, okay? Now, sometimes there can be a pregnancy involved with the Empress, but most of the time it's just reminding you of who you are. So, when this card is in your highest energy. So let it be known that even if you're going through a heartache, you've got lots of tears going on, you deserve better than that. Whoever you let come into your life, make sure they have a lot of the same qualities that you have so that you won't end up in another Three of Swords type energy. Next to the Empress is the Three of Pentacles. And the Three of Pentacles is right above the Three of Swords. So this is a black card, as you can see. This is like not seeing eye to eye. I think this has something to do with commitment because Pentacles are about security, stability. It's out of whack in this card. It's just like non-existent. There might be a third energy which is influencing this relationship or what the arguing might be about. But regardless, you're in the middle of a heartache or you're getting past a heartache. You deserve better than what you've been getting from these cards so far that I am reading. I have the Fool right next to the Three of Pentacles. The Fool is the energy of living in the moment, throwing caution to the wind, living, day by day, not looking forward to the future. The Fool is like dancing along with your head in the clouds and just, enjoying the moments. And I feel like whoever it is that was responsible for this heartache, that you were not seeing eye to eye, the two of you actually were living in the energy of the Fool. And I think you started to look forward. Because when you start to look forward, you start to look towards your future. That's where these pentacles are coming from. Security, stability, groundedness. Where is this relationship going? That could have been something that you disagreed about. They may have been, wanting to stay in the energy of the Fool. Under the Empress is the Eight of Swords. So the Eight of Swords, this is a card, it's an illusion. You're blindfolded, you're bound, you have swords of truth and clarity all the way around you, and you don't even know they're there. But this is almost by choice. It's like you feel like you were bound by this relationship. You didn't want to know or actually see or deal with all the truth and clarity that it was around this relationship. You could have walked, you could have talked. There were ways to know, but you preferred, this is like by choice, to not deal with it in hopes that it would just kind of smooth itself out. It looks like it didn't really work out that way. I have the Ace of Wands next to the Three of Swords and under the Fool. So there's a wand of fresh starts and new beginnings. Wow, that's very hopeful. That's hopeful for you, for your future. So you will be moving forward. Let's just see what else we have, to tell you here. There is a fresh start and a new beginning. You are going to be moving out of that energy of the Three of Swords. Now, under the Eight of Swords, the Queen of Cups. This is water, Pisces, Scorpio, or Cancer might be strong in your chart or someone else's around this reading. But this is the only cup in the deck that has a lid on it, and there's little windows all the way around that cup. And what the Queen is trying to do is peek into those windows, because this tells me that you're really trying to figure out the love here. Even while you're trying to stay in the relationship and not upset anything by saying anything, or by dealing with an issue that did exist in this relationship, you're looking into this cup, into one of these windows, trying to find your answers, because that cup is full of answers to love questions. Yeah, your mind was on the love. Your mind was on, like, do they love me? It was very confusing for you. You're probably even trying to figure out your own feelings with this Queen of Cups. So, if you're trying to, it's like, if they love me, things will work out. So why should I come out of the Eight of Swords energy? Because the universe has its way. If they love me, things will work out. But it looks like it didn't. They did not want a committed relationship, period. I have the Strength card right next to the Queen of Cups, and under the Three of Swords, there's the infinity symbol, the symbol of intuition and knowing. So you will or have figured out what to do, and you're finding the strength and the courage to do it. That's what this card is all about. It's right under the Three of Swords, right next to the Queen of Cups. So I feel like this discussion that's taking place with this Three of Pentacles, this is what you found the strength and the courage to do, is actually come out of that Eight of Swords and have that discussion about where is this headed, where are we going type discussion. This is the card for Leo. Leo might be strong in your chart or someone else's around this reading. So out of that discussion, we had a blow up, a breakup. This is what caused the heartache. Three of Pentacles, Three of Swords, the Tower. There it went. That's why you were avoiding this, because I think you already knew, with all these swords of truth and clarity around you, what would happen. You already knew somehow. Well, you got the infinity symbol, so your intuition was telling you that they weren't on the same page as you in this relationship, and apparently they were not. Aquarius. I have the Two of Wands right next to the Fool card. There you are, standing there with the staff of fresh starts and new beginnings, just like with the Ace of Wands. So you're holding that staff with one hand, and the other hand you're holding the world. So you're standing there alone, all by yourself, the beautiful person that you are, contemplating on what it's going to look like moving forward, because you're getting ready to move forward, definitely, into a new life cycle. You're moving away from all this confusion. I think you were living in this place here in this relationship that really wasn't that great of a relationship. It was confusing. Ships bobbing around on the ocean, rough seas, and it's like highs and lows, highs and lows. And, like you'd have hope that this could be a committed relationship one day, and then the next day it's like, oh, I don't know, maybe I should say something. And I think eventually you came into this place that you knew that you needed to bring it up, and that's what took the strength and the courage and the coming out of that Eight of Swords and actually bringing up, where is this relationship headed anyways, so the Two of Pentacles, and there we have the Three of Pentacles. Then I have the King of Cups in your highest energy. The King of Cups is water again, Pisces, Scorpio, or Cancer. That might be strong in your chart, their chart, or around this reading. They were a soulmate, okay? Because I have the King and Queen of Cups here. Wait, let me look. Well, you know what? I think of soulmates. No, this is not the same person. This is a soulmate coming in, because this King of Cups is right above the new life cycle. Here you are wondering what your new life cycle is going to look like. And there's somebody out there. There's somebody else out there that, okay, there's somebody else out there that will allow you to hand them your huge cup of love. You do have a huge cup of love. This is Pisces, Scorpio, or Cancer. It is a soulmate because we had the Queen and the King of Cups here. All cards are male or female, like I said. But this is you holding back that cup of love. You have a huge cup. You had to pull it back from this other relationship. And you're getting ready to move into a new life cycle. Now down here, right under the Two of Wands, I had the Five of Wands. Yeah, there's a lot of stress, anxiety, and confusion associated in moving forward. That's what the Five of Wands is all about. It's mental struggles within you, you know, and it's right next to the Nine of Swords, really being up in your head about the confusion, about the Two of Pentacles, about the highs, about the lows, all these swords of truth and clarity. They're now coming to you like, why didn't I see it? Why didn't I get out earlier? Why, you know, it's just all these swords of truth and clarity. Every time you have a quiet moment, they just keep coming through and keep coming through. It's all dawning on you, it feels like, that this relationship was not meant to last. And there were things going on that you were ignoring. And if you'd have, see, this is the Eight of Swords, this is the Nine of Swords. And so coming out of the Eight of Swords puts you in the Nine of Swords, where you're actually seeing all the truth and clarity that you were trying to avoid in the first place. But this is actually helping you to move forward. Now, you're thinking about moving forward in this reading. And what we have here, after all is said and done, is the World. That is your new life cycle right under the King of Cups, right next to the Nine of Swords. So going through all this actually helped move you forward into a place, a better place than this other relationship. So there's your new life cycle, and it's coming as a soulmate there in this new life cycle that you're wondering what it's going to look like in moving forward. Oh my gosh. I have the Six of Swords under the Five of Wands and next to the Tower card. Yes, you are moving away from that Tower moment. You're moving away from the stress, the anxiety, all that confusion. You're moving away from rocky waters and towards smoother, calmer, more peaceful waters. You're doing it. You're not like a speedboat. You're pushing this boat with a pole. So you're working on it. You're getting there. You're actually seeing your swords of truth and clarity, and you're gathering them up. And the more swords you gather up, the further across that lake you get. And when you get to the other side, that's where your soulmate awaits for you. And you're doing it. You're really doing it. Kind of a slow go, but you're doing it. You're getting balanced at the same time. I have the Justice card right next to the Six of Swords and right under the Nine of Swords. This is the card for Libra. So Libra might be strong in your chart, their chart, or someone else's chart around this reading. But this is your energy, and you're putting your sword up in self-defense. You're getting your scales rebalanced. It's like self-justice over this past relationship. So it's taking you a little while. But you are moving forward away, and you're absolutely got your sword up against these Page of Cups. Okay? See that Page of Cups? See that cup? Look at that love offer. Something's wrong with that picture because there's a fish in that cup. Now, since there's a fish in the cup, there's not enough room for love. It's very immature energy in love, okay? And this is what you've been offered before. Boy, you're getting rebalanced from that. You've got your sword up, and you're not going to allow these kinds of offers to come through. This is not the life cycle you want to move into because you're just getting out of that. So your sword is up. You're going to be very much aware of what they have to offer you. And you're going to be very much aware if they're committable, if they are available, if they're grounded. That's the type of relationship that you're seeking. And that's what's coming in. I have a very loving, this soulmate energy here, King and Queen of Cups. It's filled with love. Cups are love. And it's going to be a very, very deep love. Wow. You know, it's funny how we go through things. We think that sometimes that, you know, that it's never going to get better. Because, you know, this reading starts with this Three of Swords. And in the Three of Swords, you're really, these are, that rain. The rain is tears. The swords are piercing your heart. There might have been a third party too. We got 2 3s right next to each other there. So hurtful. There's a lot of pain, a lot you had to deal with, and you ended up having to deal with it. And now you're having to move forward from it. But you're headed towards something really nice on the other side of that lake. Let's pull out an angel card for you. Let's see what your guardian angels and spirit guides. It may or may not have anything to do with the reading, but it is definitely something that they want you to know or want you to hear, consider. It might be some sort of advice for you. So let's find out what they have for you today. And your card is a win-win solution. Wow, I like the sound of that. Now you can pause and read this card anytime you want, but I'm going to read it to you. A win-win solution. There's strength in diversity. By blending the ideas of other people with your own, you can often come up with a solution that's magnificent. Start by focusing on the aspects that everyone agrees upon, and then open your mind and compromise and work together. Stay balanced and seek out a moderate approach. So stay balanced. It's a win-win solution. So, this moving forward, this entering this new life cycle, it's all a win-win. Other people have ideas, just blend them into your own ideas about moving forward and how you're going to go about doing that. It is a win-win.